All right, guys, I know I scared you a little bit with this picture of an atom before, but now that you've had a little bit of time to think about it, we're going to get into this, and it's actually not really all that scary. There are a few things you need to learn about orbitals. And these things that you're seeing here, these are all different orbitals. The first thing you need to know about orbitals is every orbital can hold exactly 2 electrons at most. It can also just have 1 electron and be half full, or it can have 0 electrons and just be totally empty. But at most, they can hold, and any orbital can hold 2 electrons. The centermost orbital is the 1s orbital, and it can hold up to 2 electrons. The next orbital is the 2s orbital. And notice that s orbitals are always kind of spherically shaped. They're all shaped like spheres. You can remember that easily because s is the first letter of sphere. So the 2s orbital can also hold only 2 electrons. We see that's a little bit bigger than the 1s orbital, but it still holds exactly 2 electrons. Now the orbitals after the s or after the first p orbitals look a little bit more complicated. A p orbital has actually 2 lobes. So this whole thing, the top and bottom here, that actually is 1 orbital. That's not 2 orbitals. That's where people get tripped up a lot. This and this together comprise 1 orbital. And see how it's on the y-axis here? You might call this the 2p y orbital if you wanted to, or just a 2p orbital is also fine. This is another 2p orbital, and this is another 2p orbital. And we'll discuss that in every energy level, for example, in the second energy level, you can have at most 3 p orbitals. You can have at most 1 s orbital. And we'll talk about some of the other orbitals in a little bit. But this is the first thing you want to start to realize, that any orbital can hold up to 2 electrons. And the other thing is that they're not really all that scary. And you're going to be using orbitals a lot to understand which atoms are going to be polar, how they're going to behave, and all of that kind of stuff.